Breaking news, Eric Swalwell has announced he will resign from Congress in the wake of detailed accusations of sexual assault and misconduct against him. Swalwell has denied these allegations. Now, the announcement comes just hours after the House Ethics Committee opened an investigation into the Democratic congressman, and a day after he dropped out of the California governor's race over those allegations, which were first reported by the San Francisco Chronicle and CNN. Also breaking a short time ago, Republican Congressman Tony Gonzalez announced he will file for retirement from office when Congress returns from recess tomorrow. Now, that comes more than a month after Gonzalez admitted he had an affair with a staffer who later died by suicide. I will just say this is all way too much. It's just a lot. These are very sad stories for the women and the victims involved in this. And for me, it's just concerning that, like, it's taken this groundswell of things to happen for there to be some kind of movement.
Well, I agree with you right out of the gate about the difficulty and the pain of this for the women involved and for, quite honestly, the families of these members who abused their trust, who abused that family bond and that family relationship. And we know it's not the first time this has happened and it won't be the last. But what I think it's important for folks to realize is that women hopefully will find strength to not be the victim any longer, that there's a space that they can go and tell what happened to them real time. These are stories that you learn after the fact, sometimes long after the fact. And that's never good for those who are suffering with that pain and carrying that weight. And there's always the politician who thinks they're going to get through the next election, that no one cares. It's good to know that people do care.
And it's important to know, Swalwell does deny these allegations. He has said he's going to fight them, but that fight isn't his campaign's fight. And I guess now we know he thinks that fight is not his congressional office's fight.
I think to reframe some of what you were saying, and there's so much emphasis on the individual and the responsibility on the individual survivors to come forward. And really what we need to have here is a conversation about culturally what is happening inside an institution where the speaker of the House, when confronted with this with his own members, was unwilling to grapple with it. The speaker hasn't said anything to date about Eric Swalwell, but you have a cultural issue here. If this were another institution, we would be grappling with it inside an HR office meeting, and we need to ask what is happening that is allowed.
What is happening in Congress, and what can we do about it? Because those are our tax dollars.